Morning from Durango, everyone. So, some of you have asked what the drive is like to come from Durango, Mexico, all the way back to Colorado. And so we thought we'd share that because we're in the middle of it right now. We're actually still in Durango. It's about 6:41 here. We left, I don't know, half an hour ago or so when we're going around the city. It's about over 600 miles what we'll be doing today. We're going to drive from Durango, Mexico. We're going to cross the border. We have a couple of border crossing options, so we'll check those as we get closer. And then we're going to spend the night in El Paso, Texas. So that's where we're headed today. But we'll kind of video chat along the way and show you what it's like. So we're in the car now. We've got the dogs in the back. You can see the cages here. This is actually required in Mexico, but all the dogs are back there starting to lay down, except for Coda. She is a little anxious. This is her first trip in the car like this, and she's not a big fan of car rides because we've only been to the vet so far with that. So yeah, I think today we'll talk about some of the sights along the road. I'll show you what it looks like as we're driving along. Talk about the requirements for the dogs. That's a big one of getting across. What we've had to do to make sure we were ready to cross, and then just really share this journey with you. So looking forward to it. Here's what it looks like here in Durango still. Let me see if I can flip this camera around. So as you can see, the sun's coming up over Durango. We're just about to the thanks for visiting sign they have over the highway here. So this is the very outskirts headed toward the airport in Durango. And then our first stop along the route is near Torreon, which is about three and a half hours away, I think. And this road is going to be all toll road, so it's pretty nice. Lots of tolls along the way, though. It's a pretty expensive trip. I think it ends up being somewhere between $50 and $60 to take the toll road on the way, but definitely worth it to avoid what's called the dangerous curves. So anyway, hope you're enjoying this view. We'll talk soon. Part of the drive is actually one of our favorite parts of the entire drive, all the way to the border. This is just the mountainous part of the drive. A lot of times this is pretty green. It's kind of dry right now, but so anyway, just thought we'd share some more pictures of the trip. So we're still between Durango and Torreon, just moving along. Hey again, everyone. So it's about 10:25 or so in the morning. We're now in the middle of the desert, kind of between Torreon and Jimenez. So I thought I'd take a second because there's not a lot of traffic around, and I think we're past most of the military cowboys that we've seen so far. Just to talk about the process for the dogs. Traveling with them is quite an adventure. This is a long car ride. So obviously the 3 dogs we've had for a long time, they have a vet in Colorado, and they're all up to date on their vaccinations. The most important for Mexico and the United States being rabies. So we have their certificates, we always travel with those. So they're good on those. The other thing that you have to have is they all have to be microchipped. And so the 3 dogs have those, and then of course Coda now has hers as well. She's our newest dog, for those of you who don't know. Coda came to us while we were in Mexico, so we had her and Luna actually microchipped at Petco in Durango, and so they all have their microchips. Coda's also been vaccinated for rabies and a host of other things, and we did that all in Durango for her. In addition, now you have to register the dogs with the United States government. So there's a quick form, you just go online, fill it out, put in some basic information about the dogs, about us, and travel dates, that sort of thing. You submit that, and within just a matter of minutes, they send you a certificate saying the dog has been registered. You have to do one of those for each of the dogs, and then they're good for 6 months from the date they are issued. But super easy to get, not a problem at all. basically you're just certifying the dog. I think there is something that it asks about if the dog has been in a high-risk country for rabies. Mexico is not one of those high-risk countries, so we don't really have to worry about that. The other thing that has come into play for us is a screwworm-free certification. This is new from the United States Department of Agriculture, I think, but it requires that you go to a certified vet in Mexico and have your dogs inspected for screwworms, so that we don't bring them back and inadvertently, infest the cattle population of the United States with screwworms. So obviously, serious problem. Don't want to do that. So the catch is that you have to find the certified vet, and it has to be recognized by doing certain training, I suppose, in Mexico, but then recognized by the U.S. government. In the entire state of Durango, there's exactly one vet who was certified. So for us, luckily, she is in the capital of Durango, which is where we live. And so we were able just to run the dogs over there real quick. She took a look at all of their paperwork, all of it together, all the vaccinations, flea and tick, everything, as well as inspected their bodies for any sort of sign of the screwworm. And then she provided us with a health certificate and a stamp basically saying that all of the dogs are healthy and good to go, and put them in folders for us, arranged all the material, told us how we would present them to the folks at the border for the United States if they ask us for it. And so they're all good to go. Riding along, we're very quiet in the back right now. Finally, Coda has laid down. This is her first really long car ride, so I don't think she's liking it. But basically, that's what we had to do to take the dogs over to the United States. We'll see what they ask for at the border, but we're prepared. We have all the paperwork for them in order. And just so you know, in case you think I'm recording this while driving, Armando's actually holding that camera with his hand. I'm focused on the road. There's no traffic around right now, so we're being very safe while we're talking. Just trying to kill a little bit of time. This is a long 12 hours. So anyway, hope everybody's doing well. We'll talk about something else in a little bit. Hey again, everyone. So we are just coming into the south side of Chihuahua now. Chihuahua is about 4 hours from the border, so it's always a good kind of way marker for us to know where we are in terms of this long drive. So again, about 4 hours from the border. We'll stop on the other side, switch spots again. I've been riding for a while, so it's my turn to drive. So I'll drive for about 3 hours and then we'll switch again. So Chihuahua, we always stop here. There's a place that has some really good food. Actually at a gas station, but it's set up in the parking lot there. We almost always get food there. Really, really good. And we'll refuel, let the dogs out for just a second. Dogs are doing good. I don't know if you can see them behind me, but they're resting. Coda is still not laying down, so she's really not liking this at all. So anyway, so that's where we're at right now. We've checked border wait times in a couple of places. I think we're going to go toward Neo is where we're going to go. But first, we've got to drop off our what's called a tip. It's the temporary importation of our foreign plated vehicle into Mexico. So we're going to turn that in at a special place, the Bonjorcito booth in the middle of the highway, believe it or not.
800 meters, use the...
And so yeah, in the middle of the highway. You just heard the update from our navigation system. So maybe I'll talk a little bit about the tip here in a little bit. But like I said, just coming into wherever we are, Chihuahua. Just coming into Chihuahua now. Sorry, I got distracted. I was looking at the dust storm in front of us. It is really, really windy here. Oh, so one of the things off this free road that we noticed the first time we took it was there is a great view of Chihuahua from the top of a hill. It's really amazing. You can see the entire city down in the valley. But today, you definitely won't see the city. It is so windy. I don't know if I can flip this camera around. Let me give that a try and see if I can spin the camera around and show you what that looks like. It doesn't look like I can. There it goes. So yeah, you can kind of see what it looks like out here. It is just full of dust and smoke and clouds and wind and dust and sand. So anyway, turning the camera back around. So yeah, another update here in just a little bit, but we're making good time, good progress. Traffic hasn't been too bad for a holiday weekend, so we're definitely looking forward to the next 4 hours being over, though, so we can get into El Paso and get a little bit of rest. So anyway, let me spin this camera around again, show you this dust storm. So that's the view from here. It is really, really dusty. So it's just the sand from the desert all around, just being blown. So there you have it, a little view of Chihuahua today. Not a lot to see. There, believe it or not, is a very big city out here. Coming into another casita, the toll booth as well. This might be one that our toll pass works at, but I'm not sure, so we're going to get the cash ready. So our toll pass worked, so that's good. We didn't have to pay a toll there other than with our toll pass, so no cash out of hand. But anyway, so this is what it looks like. I will be switching over to drive here before long, but anyway, hope everyone's having a great day. So from here is where you would normally see some great views of Chihuahua, but today there's no good. That sandstorm is really bad. And just when we thought it couldn't get worse than what it looked like in Chihuahua, we ran into this. Cruising along at about, 20, 30 miles per hour through the middle of a sandstorm. And then it got worse again. The visibility was absolutely terrible driving through this. In fact, it was so bad I'm now adding these voiceovers in after the fact. We didn't want to take any chances while driving. We were both paying very close attention because we were coming up on cars, even at this speed, really, really fast. So it was definitely a new experience. Neither of us had ever been in anything like this before. And then we came to a complete standstill. You can see the flashing lights up front. That is the Mexican National Guard Patrol. They were actually escorting cars through this sandstorm in small groups. So this is how we finished the trip up. This was about an hour from the border, and this is what almost the rest of the way looked like. It was a pretty rough drive, but we made it safe. Good morning, everybody, from day 2 of our drive to Colorado from Durango. Right now we are in New Mexico. We've been driving for about an hour and a half this morning. We did the secondary checkpoint that immigration has set up in New Mexico this morning without any issues at all. Just went right through. Now we're in the middle of the desert somewhere between Alamogordo and Las Vegas. So Las Vegas, New Mexico, that is. We are, according to the car, about 7.5 hours from home, and so looking forward to being there. Hopefully everything will go very smooth today after yesterday's dust storm. I think we should get some good travel conditions, but I think it is snowing in Colorado Springs, so we'll see how that goes. Try to record a couple of videos as we're driving along today. Again, this is a beautiful drive through New Mexico and then into Colorado. It's always good to see the mountains and home again. So anyway, try to splice in some videos and talk a little bit throughout the day and see what happens. We sped this one up just a little bit for you all. This is leaving New Mexico, coming into Colorado, going over Raton Pass, and this is our first views of Colorado. And after a few months in Mexico, Colorado welcomed us back with snow. that snow didn't last long, and before long we were just south of Denver, heading into the city. And after 20 plus hours of driving in the car with the 4 dogs, we were finally home.